Imagine this. Two people. Same age. Same job. Same stress. Same city. One wakes up feeling like they've been hit by a truck. Stiff joints. Foggy brain. Belly creeping over the belt. The other? Clear eyes. Steady energy. Joints that don't complain. Moves like life is easier on their body. They're both getting older. But one of them is aging in fast forward. The other is aging in slow motion. One of the biggest reasons for that difference is a quiet hormone most people barely think about. Human growth hormone. HGH. When you hear growth hormone, you probably think bodybuilders. Steroid scandals. Expensive injections. But beneath the surface, something way more important is happening. HGH isn't just a muscle hormone. It's more like your body's repair foreman. It tells your cells, hey, fix that. Rebuild that. Burn this for fuel. Don't throw that tissue away yet. And here's where it gets crazy. Science shows that intermittent fasting can crank up your natural HGH. Not by 10%. Not by 20%. But in some cases, by hundreds of percent. Most people start fasting for weight loss, not hormones. They quit when it gets hard in the first week. Or they do it in a way that wrecks their sleep, stress, or metabolism. If you don't understand what's happening to HGH behind the scenes, you can sabotage the very hormone that's trying to keep you young. You might lose muscle instead of fat. Feel weaker instead of sharper. And assume fasting just doesn't work for you. But if you understand the science, even at a simple, human level, you can turn intermittent fasting into a biological upgrade, not a slow grind. Here's the twist people miss. Everyone talks about 30 days of fasting or their 6-month transformation. But what happens in the first few days, the way your HGH reacts in that early window, can literally decide whether your body breaks down or rebuilds. So let's zoom into that first phase, the awkward beginning, because what your growth hormone does there sets the stage for everything that comes after. Before we talk about long-term magic, we've got to deal with the messy start. Why does the beginning of intermittent fasting feel so rough, and what is HGH actually doing during those first few days? Day 1. Day 2. Day 3. You're not feeling optimized. You're hungry. You're thinking about breakfast at 10 p.m. You're a little snappy. Headache. Maybe a crash at 3 in the afternoon. If you've ever thought, if this is what fasting feels like, I'm out, you're not weak. You're not broken. You're human. Your hormones just haven't caught up yet. What feels like your body falling apart is actually your body rewiring. Here's the biological reason the first days feel weird. Your insulin is changing first, before HGH can really shine. Think of insulin as the bouncer at the door of a club. When insulin is high, HGH isn't allowed in. It's stuck outside. When you stop eating every 2 to 3 hours, insulin finally starts to drop. Slowly. Awkwardly. Your body's like, wait, where's the constant snack drip? That low insulin state is exactly what your body isn't used to. That's the crankiness. The fog. The cravings. It's your brain screaming, bring back the sugar. But here's what's wild. While you're complaining about not having carbs, your body quietly increases HGH as a survival tool. Researchers have discovered that when you fast, your body doesn't think, let's destroy all the muscle. It thinks, we need to protect this structure. We might need it to hunt, to move, to survive. HGH is the hormone that sends that memo. As insulin goes down, growth hormone goes up. It tells your body to burn more fat for fuel. Spare more muscle. Start basic cellular repair. In one classic study, a 24-hour fast increased HGH by about 1,300% in women and 2,000% in men. Those numbers are insane, and no, that doesn't mean you'll turn into a superhero overnight, but it shows how powerful fasting is as a stimulus. That spike isn't constant 24/7. It's in pulses. But the point is, your body has this ancient switch that says, food's not here right now. Time to repair and preserve. Think of your body like a phone. Most of the time, you're using apps. Eating, working, scrolling. When does your phone update its software? When it's plugged in and you're not using it. Intermittent fasting is you putting the phone down. HGH is the update manager. It goes, okay, now that you're not constantly digesting, let's patch some systems. Let's clean some files. Those first days? That's when the updates are downloading. It's glitchy. A little laggy. But if you stop the update halfway through by quitting fasting, you never get the new operating system. So in this first phase, roughly the first 3 to 7 days, your HGH is already responding. It's pulsing higher, protecting muscle, nudging your body toward fat-burning mode. But this is just the opening act. The real transformation isn't what happens in one 24-hour spike. It's what happens when your body starts to expect this pattern, when intermittent fasting stops being a shock and becomes your new normal. So what happens when you get past the awkward stage and you've been intermittent fasting for weeks or months? This is where your HGH story gets a lot more interesting, and a little bit paradoxical. Here's what surprises most people. Instead of feeling weaker over time, many long-term intermittent fasters report a strange surge of energy. More stable mood. Better workouts. Clearer thinking. That doesn't sound like starvation mode, does it? What's happening isn't your body panicking. It's your body getting efficient. Growth hormone is a huge part of that efficiency. Science shows that a big chunk of your natural HGH release happens at night, especially in deep sleep. When you're not stuffing your body with late-night snacks, your insulin is lower at night, which helps your natural HGH pulses show up stronger and more regularly. It's like the construction crew can finally show up at the worksite when everyone else has gone home. No customers in the way. No kitchen open. Just pure repair. Here's the single most powerful idea. Long-term intermittent fasting doesn't just boost HGH randomly. It makes your body smarter about when to build and when to clean. Constant snacking keeps you in a low-level anabolic state all day, always building, never cleaning. That sounds good, but it's like building rooms on top of a moldy foundation. Fasting triggers a process called autophagy. Think of it as microscopic janitors cleaning out junky proteins and damaged parts inside your cells. HGH doesn't do the cleaning. It's more like the architect who comes in after the janitors, saying, "Okay, now that we've cleared the trash, let's rebuild this place stronger." Clean first, then build. That's the order your body loves. Over weeks and months of consistent intermittent fasting, many people notice something subtle. Their waist shrinks. Their face looks less puffy. But their legs, arms, and shoulders don't feel like they're deflating. That's HGH, in partnership with other hormones, helping your body preferentially burn stored fat while defending lean tissue. It's like your body finally understands, these are the walls we keep. That extra storage unit full of old junk? That can go. Researchers have discovered that growth hormone and its cousin IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor, also influence your brain. They support neuron health, plasticity, and even mood. That feeling of steady alertness, the sense that you're on without being jittery, that's not just caffeine withdrawal. That's your brain running on cleaner fuel, with better repair signals. Here's where long-term intermittent fasting can really shine. When you pair it with smart training. Fast, insulin low, HGH up. Then you train with some resistance. Weights, bands, body weight. Your muscles send a loud, clear message. We're being used. Don't break us down. Your body is more likely to tap into fat for energy and use HGH to reinforce the muscles you're actually using. Function over fluff. I'm curious. If you've tried intermittent fasting before, what did your first month feel like? Did you notice more energy, better workouts, or was it just rough? Drop your experience in the comments, because other people are gonna read it and realize they're not alone. So yes, long-term intermittent fasting can reshape how your HGH behaves, protecting muscle, supporting fat loss, and upgrading repair. But here's the part almost nobody talks about. The side effects of this new hormonal rhythm. Changes in your skin, your joints, maybe even your anxiety levels. And of course, the big fear. Is my body secretly eating my muscle? Let's tackle that head on. Let's get into the unexpected benefits people don't expect from fasting-driven HGH changes, and then dismantle the biggest myths that scare people away from even trying. One of the weirdest things people report after months of intermittent fasting is this. I can't explain it, but people keep telling me I look fresher, younger, less inflamed. HGH is deeply involved in collagen production and tissue repair. Combine that with less blood sugar chaos and less inflammation, and your face often shows it first. You're not suddenly 10 years younger. But you might notice your skin doesn't look as puffy, your eyes look less tired, and breakouts calm down. If your knees, hips, or lower back have been sending you daily complaints, this part's for you. HGH supports tissue repair, not just in muscles, but in tendons, ligaments, and cartilage. When your body has more repair signals and less constant digestion stress, some people notice their nagging aches ease up. It's not a miracle cure for injuries. But over months, this repair-friendly environment can mean you wake up feeling less rusty. This one surprises a lot of people. Many say their anxiety drops and their mood becomes more stable with long-term intermittent fasting. Part of that is blood sugar stability. But there's also a hormone story. Growth hormone and IGF-1 interact with neurotransmitters, brain repair, and even inflammation in the brain. Less inflammation, better repair, more stable energy. Your emotions often follow. It's not that fasting is therapy. But it can create a body that's less constantly screaming in the background. That gives your mind a little more space to breathe. Let's hit the big one. If I stop eating all the time, my body will eat my muscle, right? Science shows the opposite trend when it's done right. Intermittent fasting, with enough protein and some resistance training, plus increased HGH, actually helps preserve lean mass while losing fat. Muscle loss becomes a problem when you're in a severe calorie deficit for too long. You're not sending any signal to your muscles, no movement, no load, you're undereating protein completely. But with a sane eating window, reasonable calories, and some kind of strength training, HGH is on your side. It's on team muscle. You might have heard that high growth hormone is linked to certain cancers or issues. That's true with artificially high, constantly elevated HGH, like injections or tumors. Natural HGH pulses from fasting are short, rhythmic bursts, not a constant flood. Think waves hitting the shore, not a permanent tidal wave. It's the difference between going for a run, a stress your body adapts to and benefits from, versus never stopping running for 72 hours straight. That's damage. The goal isn't to live in a permanent hormonal high. It's to let your body return to its natural rhythm. Low insulin, healthy HGH pulses, balanced repair and build cycles. If I eat less often, my metabolism will shut down. You've probably heard that. Short-term and moderate intermittent fasting does not destroy metabolism in healthy people. In fact, some research suggests fasting can temporarily increase norepinephrine and fat burning. And with growth hormone protecting your lean mass, your body has less reason to slam the brakes on energy use. Can extreme restriction, no protein, no movement, and chronic stress tank your metabolism? Absolutely. That's not intermittent fasting. That's self-destruction. Huge difference. This isn't about worshipping fasting. It's a tool. Fasting is a way to tap into an ancient software your body already has. If your schedule, your health conditions, or your doctor's guidance say, this isn't for you, that's fine. There are other paths. But if you're curious and reasonably healthy, understanding HGH and fasting puts you in the driver's seat, not at the mercy of random internet myths. So if intermittent fasting can reshape how your HGH behaves, protect your muscle, help you lean out, and maybe even sharpen your brain, what does this actually mean for your future self? Let's zoom out and talk long term. Most people treat fasting like a 30-day punishment. A detox. A boot camp. But your hormones, including HGH, don't think in 30-day challenges. They think in patterns. Routines. Rhythms. The real magic isn't, what did my HGH do this 1 week? It's, what pattern did I teach my body over the last 6 months? The last year? Picture this version of you. You're not grazing all day. You've got a solid eating window that works with your life. You move your body, lifting, walking, carrying groceries like it's a workout. You give yourself real sleep, not just collapsed on the couch scrolling. You're not perfect. You have social meals, late dinners, off days. But your default pattern is eat, move, rest, repair. In that life, growth hormone isn't fighting through a wall of snacks and insomnia. It gets its time to work. Remember those 2 people at the start? Same age. Different futures. Fast forward 10, 20 years. One is constantly managing new meds, new pains, new limitations. The other still has margin. Still moves freely. Still has a brain that feels like theirs. You can't stop aging. But you can decide whether you age with supportive hormones, like healthy HGH rhythms, or with a system that's constantly overloaded and under-repaired. Here's the idea I want you to remember. Feeding builds you. Fasting rebuilds you. You need both to last. You don't have to jump into 72-hour fasts. In fact, please don't, if you're brand new. You can stop eating 3 hours before bed for a week and see how you sleep. Try a 12-12 or 14-10 fasting window before jumping to 16-8. Pair your fasted window with a walk or light strength session. Your perfect window might not be mine. It might change with seasons, with stress, with age. That's not failure. That's listening. Your body is not out to get you. It's been waiting for clearer signals. Intermittent fasting is one of the simplest ways to send a powerful message. Repair now. Protect muscle. Burn fat. Keep me sharp. Of course, if you have medical conditions, take meds, or you're pregnant, talk to your doctor before changing anything. This is about long-term health, not short-term stunts. If this helped you see intermittent fasting and your growth hormone in a new light, hit like so more people can find it. If you know someone who's terrified of losing muscle or thinks fasting is just starvation, share this video with them. It might give them options they didn't know they had. And if you want more science-backed, human-translated breakdowns like this, subscribe and turn on notifications. We're just getting started. People who truly learn, engage. If this helped you, like the video, share your insight in the comments, and subscribe for future breakdowns.